freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome
Space.
to Bronze to Mythic. So we dropped our account from Bronze to Mythic, episode 1, draft 1 of Edge of Eternities.
Shields up, weapons online.
And I'm pretty pumped for this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Of course, this is my show where we draft our account from Bronze to Mythic. We go through the entire format from the very lows of Bronze. We learn the format, we learn the cards, and I teach you the things you need to know to take yourself from Bronze to Mythic, right? So whether you're slumming around in Bronze, if you're in Silver or Gold or Platinum, or you're any level of drafter, this is the series for you to kind of get up and get going and get running and learn the format together. We start here at Bronze Tier 4. This is my first draft of the format. I played a pre-release, looked really, really fun. I love the aesthetics of the set. This feels like a real Magic set to me, where it is, it's a new world. It is exciting, awesome world building, very unique, and I'm pumped for it. So we're going to rock and roll here and warp into our first draft. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, support the content, follow on Twitch, show some love if you like the show.
We're dropping out of warp.
And we're going to warp speed. Engage. Make it so. All right, so we're climbing into our first draft here, and we're looking at space set. We'll be going over all the themes, of course, of the set as we kind of go through, and as we learn the format together. Our first rare is a good one, and I know that because I played it in Constructed. This card kind of hits, actually. 2 mana for a 4/1 Menace. War, discard a card. Whenever it attacks, you do have to pump one of your opponent's creatures, which is definitely a little worse in Limited and Constructed. This card's kind of a house, and I'm also a big fan of taking the rare. For those who don't know, I'm Bronze Mythic. Really like to take the rare, especially early in a format, because you want to learn more about the format, right? So you don't see rares as often as you see commons and uncommons. We'll have plenty of chances to play with, Memorial Ensign here, but might not see this card again for a long time. So when we're learning the format, if I ever have a close pick, I'm almost always leaning rare. So Saboteur looks great here. The Memorial Ensign looks pretty cool also.
Make landfall.
And we got Sir Vondam the Lucent. Also seems pretty good. We got some warp action here. We'll go over all the mechanics as we go through the set here. And we'll just first pick this rare and kind of go from there and keep it kind of simple. So, beatdown and a drawback creature.
Inconceivable!
Don't see those very often, right? So, we get past a Secluded Starforge. Colorless land, 2 mana, tap X artifacts you control, and plus X plus 0 in a turn. There's an artifact theme in this set. Also makes some robots for 5 mana, which is pretty good, actually. So you got that thing. Our black card here is Lightless Evangel, 2/2 for 2. If you sacrifice an artifact or creature, but a counter, as always, sacrifices a theme in black, like it always is. We got
You're saying it wrong.
Signpost uncommon for blue-red artifact stuff. We got Comet Crawler, another sacrifice card, 2/3 lifelink. Kabu thing makes a lander token. These are tokens that where you pay 2, tap it, sack, and get a basic land, kind of like Wayfarer's Bauble. I'm just taking the black card here. Just take the Lightless Evangel and kind of keep going. There's a Thoughtseize also if you're voiding, but
The void can't hold me, friend.
all right. So pick 3. What do we see? We see another Sir Vondam the Lucent. So this is the Signpost Uncommon. For those who know what a Signpost Uncommon is, a Signpost Uncommon is a gold card. It's an uncommon in the set. And these are almost always cards that speak to what each color pair wants to do. So every color pair usually has a theme in most limited formats. We see here this is the black-white one, kind of a go-wide sort of theme here. Sir Vondam pumps your team, which is great. This is a pretty, this is pick 3. So this is a pretty powerful card to pick 3. It's pretty black, heavy in the cost. Otherwise, we see some fringe playable black cards here. These cards don't seem particularly great, and nothing else looks that good either. Yeah, sure. Let's take the legendary creature and go from there, right? Take the Signpost and see where it takes us. Virus Beetle returns. Oh, wow, cool.
Pointless nostalgia.
Love a little Virus Beetle action. We also see a Signpost uncommon here for green-white. Whenever it enters or attacks, put a counter on creature you control, and then whenever one of our creatures you control the counter on it, deals combat damage to our card. So the green-white theme is all about +1/+1 counters. We got Scrapbot here. Kind of a cool card. 3/1 for 3. EDB, exile your opponent's graveyard and make a lander token. These tokens are going to be great. Kind of typical rectangle theory of any card that makes 2 permanents is going to be useful. It's 2 artifacts. It's actually kind of a nice card. But I think I like Virus Beetle here. Virus Beetle is just a great But this is a great card in most formats. You know, there's always a sacrifice theme in black. Being able to play this, get some value, sacrifice. What is going on here? Does nobody like poor Sir Vondam here? I mean, like, Some warning. This card looks really good to me. It's a 4/4 lifelink death touch for 5. It's some serious upside. We got Depressurize also, which is a pretty great removal spell. Kind of a roundabout way of saying that this is a destroy creature power 3 or less. Kind of a weird templating on that. And we've got Curiosity. This is a pretty cool spacecraft.
In case of a water landing,
It's like a
you may be used as
Rorik's
a
Bladewing,
device.
basically. Super low crew cost. More on spacecraft a little bit. I'm taking the removal spell. Serve on them is really cool and all, but like it's a cheap removal spell over a legendary card. There's diminishing returns on both 5-drops and legendary creatures. Diminishing returns meaning that you're looking for cards that you make picks that make your later picks easier. You always want 2-mana removal spells. There's a maximum of Servandams or 5-drops you can play. So taking a cheaper card is better. So we see the Warp mechanic here. So Warp's a pretty cool mechanic. You spend 3 mana. It goes into play, hangs out to the end of turn, it goes to exile. Kind of like Evoke plus Adventure. We're taking the Swarm color here though. Just gonna take the on-color awesome common, sacrifice common. More than a bit. More on Warp later, I guess. But 2/4, whenever it becomes tapped, sacrifice creature, artifact, draw a card. Pretty cool card. So we're heavy in black here. Here's what I called the bomb and common in black. Grav Pack Monoist, 2 and flyer for 2, and it dies like a robot. Insanely awesome value. And I think right now we are just super happy, just being black, taking all the black cards. There's a pretty cool green card here in Harmonious Grove Strider, just a big dumb idiot for lands. This Worm's kind of cool, also has a warp ability. So warp is kind of like adventure meets evoke. So the creature comes into play. You can use it to crew things. If it were to have haste, it can attack. Might have an ETB. And then if it survives to the end of turn, it goes into exile, where you can play it like an adventure card. Kind of a weird mechanic, but we see Endurance here, a little bit of Trick, Embrace Oblivion, a pretty cool removal spell. Just your usual, like, sack a thing, kill a thing. A couple white cards, too, but I'm just taking black cards, honestly. Just going to keep, mono black, maybe? I don't know, mono black's pretty cool. So here's Spec Down, our opening pack comes back. We see some white cards here, too. We've got Reroute Systems, a really cool modal spell. This is a protection spell. It's also a kind of a light removal spell. We got a random 3/3, a random pump spell, pretty mediocre like artifact payoff. I think the white card here. This card's pretty good. So black definitely looking good here. Here's a common crawler. So black looks super open. Definitely pretty heavy sacrifice theme. We got Convoy Landseeker's kind of cool. Makes a lander token. The Crasher not bad either. So this is open to me. I mean, we're definitely black. That's for sure. Super late Germinating Worm. This card looks great. It's a 5/5 for 5. It warps for 2 to gain some life. And the important thing about warp is, so Station is a mechanic of a set. This is the Void Thoughtseize. Sure. So Station is the spaceships. Now, the spaceships are not like vehicles. They're actually pretty different, even though they look kind of similar. These are spaceships that come into play. They often do a thing, which is important because they don't do anything when they come into play. Then you station them, similar to crewing, but it's sorcery speed. But rather than being a temporary crew, it adds counters for the power of the creature you tap. And once you hit a threshold, the ship turns on. So this is a ship where it's a 3/4 flyer, flare strike. You station it, once it has 9 or more counters on it, it's a permanently a 3/4 flying creature. So plays differently than crew in that respect. Specs out one of these. This Titan's pretty cool. And then Void's a new mechanic where kind of like Revolt, but for both players, where if a non-land permanent of the battlefield this turn, do something. We're going to take that. And it includes your opponent's stuff too. Ooh, look at this. Our first special guest. So the bonus sheet in this set is a little less prevalent than in previous sets, where they're only rares and mythics, but they are sweet lands. And there are a lot of crazy ones on the bonus sheet. Ancient Tomb and so on and so forth. Check out my set review on the main channel for all the cards on those. So we see a high market, which looks just kind of okay. We see a Dirge Craft here, which EDBs, they sack a thing. It's a 4/4 flyer. We got another Great Pack Mono, so the card's awesome. We got really awesome common here in Night Luminary. This is my pick for the bomb and common in white. We only actually have 2 white cards, though. I kind of want to keep taking black cards. And I think I want to take this Monist. This card's just really, really good. I think Dirge Craft is kind of cool, but kind of clunky. So right now, we don't really have a reason to be another color. I think that like all of our black cards are great. And we'll go from there. Target creature you control. This card is printed incorrectly in paper. It's missing that you control, but has been eroded to that. We see a Hull Carver. I love a good 1 mana Death Touch creature. We also see Heidler Blade. A card I think is actually pretty good. This is a 3/1, +3/+1 equipment, equips for 4. But has Void, so again, if a non-land permanent left your or their control end of turn, you just put it on something. So you just like play this, put it on a thing, next turn attack, trade, put it on a thing. Seems pretty cool. We're going to take it. Take the Blade. And it looks like we're just like, at the moment, we are just a almost mono black sacrifice deck. We have 2 white cards, 1 green card we're interested in, and we'll kind of go from there. Here's an interesting card, Faller's Faithful. When ETB is destroyed up to 1 target creature, if it wasn't dealt damage, its controller draws 2. So more often than not, this is going to kill your stuff to draw 2 cards, but it can kill a bomb in a pinch. And I think we're sacrificing enough. We probably want this, so we've also got a Beam Saw, which is pretty cool as well. I don't know what's better, honestly. We should take cards, so might have wanted the 2-drop there, because 2-drops are great. Mother Beetle's awesome. So we're building a pretty cool like black sacrifice deck. First draft, I feel like you had to put the blinders on. Kind of just like find your lane. We're not reading every card here. It's too much taken at once, So for your first draft, don't feel the pressure of like, having to read every card. And, you can kind of just like get into your lane, do your thing, take things as they come. So no more black cards in this pack except for a Temporal Intervention, which is the Void Thoughtseize. So if Void has been achieved, this costs 1 mana for a Thoughtseize, otherwise it costs 3, which is, it's kind of cool. We got the white card is a Warping. It's actually not a bad card. And then we have a Crasher. Ardent's kind of cool too. Pretty powerful card. I have no idea to take here. I'm sure. I don't know, honestly. Our second color is certainly not clear. Another Grave Pact Monist. I think this card is great. I could be wrong, but this card seems excellent to me. Just strict card advantage. The big downside often of like 2/2 and 2/1 flyers for 3 is that they're really bad blockers. This is one you love to block and trade with, and your opponent also has to kill. So just keep slamming black cards here. And we see a late Decode Transmissions. Yours is your draw 2, lose 2. But if you voided, they lose 2, not you. That's kind of nice, actually. Space-time anomaly, pretty silly rare here.
In case of a water landing, you may be used as a location device.
Yeah, we'll take this Decode Transmissions. I think 1 copy of a card draw spell is fine. And another Crawler. So a little bit of lifelink, sacrifice stuff, and then Dark Endurance. A little bit of combat trick. A couple of decent red cards, but I'll take the Crawl. I'm not sure how Crawler seems a little sketchy to me, but I don't know, whatever. Negotiation block, and this is this card actually seems great in our deck. So this is a 1 mana artifact, and when it dies, you draw a card. So if you can sacrifice this to our sacrifice effect, it's pretty sweet. The Hull Carver Tables, awesome. So this is feeling pretty good here. I'm kind of liking this. Yeah, at the moment, it feels like we're mono black. I think splashing a Servandam and one other card could be reasonable, So, we'll see where Pack 3 takes us. So, Pack 3, we open up an anti-casual Vestige.
There are alien forces acting in ways we can't perceive.
Scully! Did you see it? I'm Captain Picard. See, I'm Captain Picard. So, this card's pretty awesome. I saw this card a lot in 10 New Brews and Constructed. It plays pretty well. It has the warp mechanic. It's kind of like a weird, like, warp card draw, put in a thing, ramp some stuff kind of card. Pretty sweet, honestly. I think it's actively just a pretty good card. And we have 2 pretty decent black cards in this pack, but I'm pretty happy just to slam the Vestige here and do our thing. And the next one, not so good.
Attention alien spacecraft, do you read?
The Eternity Elevator. Not exactly a spacecraft. This is a land-faring structure. But whatever, I digress. Also not very good. Just a big mana rock. We have Dubious Delicacy, which is an artifact flash -3/-3 cool removal spell. I like that one a lot. So a little nowhere to run action. And then we got Cryo Shadows cool removal spell. Yeah, just take the black card. This has been a relatively smooth draft. What in the world?
Inconceivable!
I didn't know that was possible. There are 2 special guest cards in the same pack. I think that is possible. There is I don't know how the coalition works. It's really, really confusing. But Power Depot, Artifact Land with Modular and Nesting Ground, which moves. These are both not particularly exciting. I actually kind of like Nutrient Block here. I think we have enough sacrifice stuff where 1 mana draw card is pretty sick. I think second Blade's a little much. We should take the nutrient block here. Really push this this theme. And pushing the theme even more. So there's Swarm Color, Sacrifice stuff. So there is a mono Sentry here. And I just want to give a hand for this design. I love the design of this card. I think it's fantastic. A 4-1 Defender for 1 feels a lot like a 1-1 Death Toucher. But in a set where Station is a big deal, has much more relevant text than that, which is kind of cool. So that's sweet. Sentinel's pretty cool, but I think Color's the card for us. I think we're doing the sacrificey thing with our, now we have 2 nutrient blocks and stuff like that. That's pretty sweet. So we see a Monoist Circuit Feeder.
Oh my god. Space aliens.
I don't know what the hell that is. 6 mana for a 4/4. When it enters the end of turn, target each X minus X and plus X, where X number of artifacts you control. Not enough artifacts, I don't think. Just taking the Monoist. Just take a cheaper card. I mean, it is like an FTK. I just don't know how many artifacts we have. I guess we're allowed to. Sure, we'll take a top end guy. Sure, that's fine. We'll try it out. And another Memorial Ensign here, a little red shirt action, and I'm taking that one. Depressurize, the great removal spell, and then Swarm Color. We have 2 Swarm Colors already. I think there's diminishing returns on an effect like this. When you're building a synergy-based draft deck, your goals are, you don't want to have too many of the same effect because they don't really play well together. So, removal spell is great. And now we see a Scrounge for Eternity. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, return a creature or spacecraft card, and then make a lander. I don't think we're playing that card. It's a Thawbringer, a Weft Blade Enforcer, another. Sure, I don't think we're playing these cards. So, Dark Endurance, a little jellyfish.
You big stupid jellyfish.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I don't think we're playing any of these cards, so whatever. Sure, take Dark Endurance. And yeah, I think we're. Man, is this card like? I think this card is good, but we're getting him a lot late. Maybe it's not good. Maybe people just don't know yet. Another color, another Worm, Enforcer, taking the Monos. I mean, we have 4 of these now. This card seems great. Alright, sweet. So yeah, we'll just take the card. I think we're. Yeah, it's basically done here. Another Dark Endurance, whatever. So yeah, I think we're just like black splashing a few white cards. And even that, there's only 2 white cards you want to play, so this card's whatever. Enhancer, sure. Yeah, I mean, we might just be mono black. We'll see how we are. But there are no double pipped cards in our deck, so there isn't really a reason to be mono black. Playing 10 or 11 swamps is more than enough to always have all of our colors. So let's take a look here. So let's take out the cards we are not playing for sure. I think the enhancer is the off color card. We have a lot of cards here. So I think Comet Crawler is kind of sketchy. Traditions is good. Delicacy is good. Faithful's good. Monus is good. Don't like Scrounge. Don't like the Thoughtseize. Beetle, Saboteur, Evangel, Depressurize, Root. Could just cut both white cards and call it a day. Embrace Oblivion, Hull Carver, Blade. Reroot's like not the best. Yeah, I'll just not play our white cards, I think. Just be mono black. So 16 swamps. Kind of wish we had a value land or 2, unfortunately. We could also just play 15 lands, I think. Once you're monocolored, a lot of the downside of mana bases and limited are not necessarily the number of lands you have, it's the colors of your sources. So when you play 16 lands and you have an 8/8 mana base, you're risking being screwed one way or another. Whereas if we're mono black, we can play 15 lands pretty easily. And we're gonna play. Let's play another crawler. We'll try that as a crawler. Maybe 1 Dark Endurance, actually. We're pretty creature heavy, right? We have 16 creatures. I kind of don't hate having like another trick of some kind. The crawler seems like it. We have a lot of ways to sacrifice things, and I don't think I want to go too deep on that. So, search for Eternity. Yeah, I'll just play it at Dark Endurance. I think it's pretty good. So, we also have the block and cycle for land as well too. So, all right, cool. So there you go. 15 freaking swamps. Welcome to Bronze to Mythic, folks. Episode 1. We're in freaking space, all right? And you know what time it is, folks. It is prediction time. Time to place your bets. What do you think? 7 wins, yay or nay? You two folks, take a second. Pause the video. Scroll the comments, liking the video along the way. Are you a believer or a non-believer? And let's see if we can't get a trophy here in our very first draft of Edge of Eternities. Let's freaking do it.
You can have the space rock.
All right, let's do this. I'm punching on my keypad. We're keeping Virus Beetles for days. Love it. Chat. Engage. They play a Hemio-Symbic Might. That is a little 1/1 beater. Whenever it gets tapped, it pumps things. We died of this card on turn 3 and 10 new brews. Just put a pump spell on it and double attack, so that's kind of cool. Play Lansego. It does pump. It's another creature. It can't pump itself, which is kind of cool. A little doggo. Karn's still picking up after dinner, so no doggo here. And we're going to play a Virus Beetle, which looks pretty damn good on this board, right? They got 2 X1s. No land yet, which is fine. We have 2 Virus Beetles and then a bunch of 3-drops, which is pretty awesome.
You were out ruining your health and reputation with friends of low character.
Uh-oh. So they are pumping up the Might, which will then pump up other stuff. So we're seeing some warp action here.
It's not exactly warp speed.
So, the warp guy comes in, it hangs out until the end of turn, then it goes into exile, they can cast it again. That's pretty brutal. This allows Bolt then to push through my Beetle. And they have only 2 cards left. And they're going to say go. Okay. Alright. So we draw a non-land. It is a Sunset Saboteur. It's a 4/1 blocker, which is actually kind of cool. We kind of want to just block this Beetle, or maybe block this Might. We have Dark Endurance, we have Virus Beetle. We kind of want to snag their last card. They're a draw card. Though there's no way they can play all 3 cards next turn. So we're going to play Saboteur. Play a Saboteur. Right now we're just looking to stay alive. You know, we are way ahead on cards. We need to stay alive, make a block or 2, and just kind of do our thing. Bronze to Mythic. Yes, Fate Maker, sure. So they add a counter. They're going on the Might again. Now this is kind of interesting. So they're going to go on the Might again. We have Step, they're just not going to attack. All right, and then we draw a Swamp. So now that they only have 2 cards left, we do have our defensive pump spell here. Now, Dark Endurance is an interesting card because it's cheaper targeting a blocking creature. As I often preach here on Bronze to Mythic, it is really often not a good idea to try and use your pump spells defensively, because think about what you do when you do that. You always end up in a spot where they're attacking with all of their mana untapped, and you are risking a 2-for-1. So you go to pump your creature, and they have a trick or a removal spell, you get absolutely blown out of the water. Whereas when you're using combat tricks offensively, they're tapped out usually. But in this case, I think it's fine. And we also have a good play. They're almost out of cards. And playing this on a Beetle isn't bad either. So we're going to Beetle them. And now we're in great shape as our hand is absolutely juiced. So get another card. They discard a Light Stall Inquisitor, kind of a cute rare. We're just going to play a Lansego. No attacks. We're in a full defensive posture here. Always thinking about what the game is, how the game is going to end, what's it going to look like here. We have 5 spells. They have 1 or 2. We should just stay alive, make trades, and play all our cards. What's up, Cole? New sub. Welcome. Happy to have you. We got another Warped Fate Maker.
It's not exactly warp speed.
All right. Sure. This is only a 4/4. We can still block it. And we have our trick too. So, and they are coming in. So, they chose to warp it and not play it for its full cost. That can be one of 2 things. That can mean that either A, they have a trick they want to spend mana on, or B, they just wanted both sides of the ball here. They want to get the warp pump and the regular pump. These do have, this does have trample if it has counters on it, which is kind of scary. This gives +2/+0 and indestructible. I think killing this is pretty important. Our blocks aren't great. Keeping the Saboteur alive is actually pretty interesting because it giving them +1/+1 counters is actually really bad because they're a green-white counter deck. Kind of want this just to die, honestly. We're at 13. 1, 2, 3, 4 is not good enough. Kind of an interesting spot where our blocks are a little weird. We could double block here. Got endurance. This will shrink back down once this thing dies. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. Just blocking this. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. We'll take 6. It's not awesome, but we'll go for our trick on keeping the Saboteur alive. Got us in the mana here, so keep us alive. And And what is your last card, my friend? 6/1 Encirclement. Sure. So a lot of stuff dies. This thing goes back to being small. It's an important bar. This thing warps out. So now we're down to only a 2/1 in play. They can give it a counter, but whatever. We draw land. Awesome. So now we're back in the race. We're back in the game. And I think we're just going to play our Storm color. Just play color and say go here. Kind of interesting spot where what I like about this card is that it does have a pretty real drawback, especially for playing against green-white where the counters really matter. But 2 mana for a 4/1 blocker that's really hard to remove with a kill spell is actually kind of nice, you know? So it looks like a purely offensive card, but this card's kind of sweet, you know, even on defense too. So probably a better constructed card than limited card would be my guess, as most like understatic creatures usually are. But all right, so they play a Larval Scout Lander.
In case of a water landing, you may be used as a flotation device.
So we see our first spaceship. So spacecraft, they're going to put the doggo in the craft. Now again, this is not crew, this is station. So it now has 2 of the needed 7 counters to become a 3/3 flyer, which is a little scary actually. But we're gonna attack and draw a card here. We're gonna attack with our color. We'll play the Monoist. I think we're going to just sack it and draw a card, make it 2/2. Putting an artifact in play for our Circuit Feeder also. We're gonna leave back the Saboteur, just keep it back on defense. So attack with this. We'll sack this and draw a card. Love to draw a 2-drop. 1-drop's also good, so play that. And now we're just grinding. Playing the Hull Carver, staying go. Artifacts everywhere. We got freaking robots going around. We got all sorts of cool stuff.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Starfighter Pilot. There becomes tapped, Surveil 1. So, stationing, that is tapping things to crew stuff, is pretty important. I guess we like tapped out of our flying blocker here. So, I guess I didn't really consider that they could have enough power to. I guess that they had the warp guys. That was kind of a mistake, I guess. But all right,
Whoopsie.
we're going to 1, which is a little risky on me, but that's fine. They're going to station up and they're going to attack.
Captain, we're getting a signal from the spacecraft.
Yeah. This is a good common. The warp commons are pretty good. They're very similar to adventure cards, right? If you remember how good the adventure cards were in Eldraine, they were quite good. So here comes the companion and the lander. I think we're gonna just block the Saboteur. You go to 1 here. So keep this alive to block anything, and we can Circuit Feeder. We did draw land. We didn't draw land. We did draw a Comet Crawler though, which is kind of cool. Need to keep the flyers back to block this flyer. I think we're just in wrap. They have no cards in hand. I think we'll put a Lifelinker. Try to get some life back here. Play this and say go. We draw a rule spell, we're dead. I think my attack last turn was probably a mistake and probably a little too greedy. But I'm Jim. Welcome to Bronze Mythic. What are you gonna do, you know?
I suppose you think that was terrible.
Say go. Fearsome Teresa, thanks so much. Don't rip out on me. This can gain 4 life next turn. But you can see here how we have a lot of cool sacrifice effects and not enough things to sacrifice. So you run that balance in your deck building when you build kind of an A plus B deck like this, which can be risky. So look at the graveyard. They're going to scout for survivors. They're going to return 3 mana value of creatures and give them counters. And now I have to exile a card and tax it. So sure. So this is taxed. Just fine. And we're okay here. Oh, they can station the larva. So a lot of these tap effects synergize with the stations, where the spacecraft themselves often take a lot of crew to keep going. But they there are things that care about tapping for benefits, where station can be another thing. So that was a pretty sick top deck. That was pretty good. Not an actual lethal, but that's your station. So they're gonna post-combat stations. They must have just like not realized it and moved to the next phase. Kind of a cool little graphic there. It's fun.
Shields up, weapons online.
All right, so Surveil 1, they're gonna bin a drone. So they did not attack, and we draw the land.
Oh, it's raining Helix! Oh my god!
I don't believe in the no-win scenario.
Here's the feeder. We got 3 artifacts in play, so we can kill the flyer or the might. I think it's the flyer. We're still in like not the most amazing shape, but we can attack with our crawler and gain some life guaranteed. Yeah, let's kill the flyer. I can pump my thing too. Oh man, I know how these cards work. So we're gonna pump our own guy, And then we're going to kill the Scout Lander, I think. We could kill the Might. Without a way to tap it, the Might... Oh, they have a trample from this thing, too. We got to kill the Might. Let's kill the Might. So, yeah, they have trample. So, kill this. Attack for 5 lifelink, which is dope. And I think that's it. Just kind of play kind of safe here. No sacrifices, just deal 5. They'll probably block and trade because they can't leave a lifelinker in play. This card's pretty good, yeah. It's pretty good. A little clunky, but pretty good. We're not even that artifacty, but we have enough artifact like shitters, so gonna make a trade. Great. So, gain much life, go to 6. Now I feel pretty safe just by playing more stuff. Still more things in the bank. We have cards to draw. Oh my god. All right. Well, opponents drawing heaters. Pretty good rips back to back here in the Scout for Survivors into the Signpost Uncommon. This adds a counter. And for 1 or more creatures you control with counters until combat damage to a player, draw a card. I think we're still like okay, but.
Is there anybody in here?
Just me. 4/4 coming in. So we're just gonna block with our Death Touch or anything. They mill a card. Let's trample too. Jeez. That sucks. Alright. So put a counter on a creature you control. The 4/4 block. But that's our opponent's run a little hot here, I'm not gonna lie. But that's okay. I think we block like this. Let them kill the Swarm Caller. We'll kill this. So we'll block. That's fine. Middle Child reset. Thanks so much. I imagine they'll kill the Swarm Caller. We got a rip here. Like they've drawn some pretty good heaters in a row. We're due to draw a few heaters as well. So kill the Flyer. We still have a Flyer to block this thing. They can pump it once. We draw land. Alright, here's a Flyer. We should just say go, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, drawing a spell would be sweet. Oh, we're not on tap going here. Gotta get on tap. They draw another Drix Fatemaker? Dude. What is going on? Alright, sure. This card seems great to me. So you can put a counter on itself also. Alright, well. Yeah. That's a lot of stuff. If, and they surveilled a land or 2, I suppose, but sure. So they're gonna warp out and not attack. So you draw a nutrient block. Unfortunately now our sacrifice outlets are gone. I can just gain life and draw a card, I suppose. So play the block. We're just gonna crack it. I don't know how you eat this thing when a laser can't penetrate it, but whatever. We'll draw a card. Eat some food. We'll draw Embrace Oblivion. Destroy target creature or spacecraft. Sure. That's like not the worst. Now we're at 9, so trample isn't that big of a deal. I can only kill the Flyer. And I almost want to just like start racing. I want to sacrifice the 2/2 and kill this and get it for 6 in the air. Have a Death Touch blocker on the ground. Oh no, they'll draw a card. Jeez. This thing's about to be a 5/5 thanks to the Fatemaker. It could be a 6/6 with this thing too. Hi-yi-yi. Alright, so let's kill this. They can't draw any more cards. I guess we're going to sacrifice the 2/2 and then we could sack the Flyer, I suppose. Just can't really attack or block anyway. But then they put a counter on this and then attack with it, so we can't do that either. So we got to kill this, sacrificing the 2/2. And I guess just say go. Like we're just kind of not going anywhere, unfortunately. So say go. Again, I think right now our problem has been not enough fodder. They draw a Tapper, sure. Just never draw land ever. Here's a Fatemaker.
I mean, we're space aliens. It's a miracle we can even speak English.
Alright, so go to 5/5. We can't double block if we have to. Tapper's pretty gross on this board, honestly. I don't think this is a very good card, but it is pretty gross. Alright, yeah, I mean, we're just block with everything. So we're down to a 2/2 versus their 3/2 and Tapper. We are at 9 life. All stuff dies. Get a 2/2 robot.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
And we draw Anti-Casual Vestige. So, 7, 5, 4, 6. Noting they do have a tapper in play. When it leaves the battlefield, draw a card. You may put a permanent card. So I think we're gonna warp this, and whatever we draw, we can put into play, and then we just get to cast it again next turn and draw another card off of it. Really, really weird card. Anti-casual.
You're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa.
Engage the warp drive.
And then we're just gonna say go. So say go. And a turn, it goes into the warp zone, and we draw a card, and we put in for free a swamp. How about they draw a land for once? What do you think? They draw a land? That'd be cool. They could draw a land, right? Maybe once. 9 to 22. And we were playing 15 lands. It's okay. We're in the warp zone, ready to rock and roll. It's your first time here, folks. My name is Jim, Pro Magic player, full-time content creator. Hi there, hello. Welcome, the premiere of Bronze to Mythic. We draw another land, cool. And welcome. Happy to have you. And I hope you're enjoying the show. We can't defend here. I guess we can. Let's plug for this show. This is not attacks. No attacks. Just say this. Say go. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow, hit the buttons, stupid things. Appreciate your support. They'll tap this thing down. And eventually we will draw a spell. So, you know, maybe. Just you know, maybe. Possibly. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Draw a kill spell. We draw a Faller's Faithful. We can put in the Faithful. We can kill our own 2/2 and draw 2 cards. I don't want to kill any of the other things. Or don't put this in. I would just draw 2. I think 2 random cards, given our deck is pretty spell dense, is better than a random 2/2. So let's do it. Draw some cards. Engage, Nutrient Block, and Swarm Color. Great. All right, so okay, we have 5. We draw Depressurize. This can kill the Drix or the Tapper. I think killing the Tapper is pretty good. Let's kill this. Play the color. Play the block. I'll play a land, so you just have the mana. For that. And then I'm gonna attack for 2 or 3. I mean, we have a blocker. If they're able to remove, we can always gain life if we're desperate. And they are due to draw land once in a while, maybe, possibly, you know, conceivably, possibly, maybe. So
those rocks are from an alien planet.
All right, so I don't think this card is that good. It's kind of like a real emergency card, but sure. So we're gonna make a lander token. A lander token is where it's a Wayfarer's Bauble, right?
Wayfarer's
Bauble. We're gonna just take 3. We're gonna sacrifice this block and just draw another card. And we draw a swamp. Upkeep, damn it. All right, well, hey, should have sacked somebody upkeep, but whatever. All right, so we're gonna play this guy and attack for 3. Say go. Really enjoying these monos, this double stuff. Now we're gonna draw another spell, of course. Look at top 5 for a spacecraft, if not put a counter on this. It's funny because this card is almost better as a 2/3 with a counter on it in the green-white counter deck than fine, since we're gonna block here. Fortunately, we're gonna lose out on the 2/2 can't really battle with that guy. That's fine. And then we'll sack our lander and get another land.
I want to know exactly when and where they're going to make landfall.
Only 4 left, so we're attacking again. I think we're grinding out, you know. We got 10 cards left in deck. Say go. A real epic start to our series here. And they just draw another spell, sure. It's All Fates Scroll. 3 mana, tapping mana of any color, 7 tap, draw X, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. So draw 2, sure. Draw another swamp, sure. Unfortunately, they're about to draw 2 cards next turn for 5 mana, but still, that's pretty insane at this point in the game.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Sure, it's fun. You are attacking. You're getting in. Trading some damage when they're about to draw some cards. Make it so. They draw. So they finally draw a land. And what do they draw? But the best possible land in a creature land. This is a Stirring Wildwood. All of the creature lands from the various sets are in this set. And they're only at rare. So you'll see them fairly often. It's also a different land type for their scroll. So they can draw another card. This is a 3/4 reach creature. All right. And now I draw 3. They draw 3 cards too. Oh my god, man.
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
All right, that was not a bad draw. We draw Void Forge Titan. Lose 1, draw 1. I guess that's a little rough on this current board, but all right, we'll attack for 2 and play guy. Hopefully they drew some lands. You know, like they've got what 4? They have 8. They have 10 lands accounted for. So of the 10 cards in their deck and the 3 in hand, like 6 or 7 of them should be lands. So 8 cards in our deck. I think we're just gonna flyer attack. Yeah, it's just the flyer, I think. All right, play this. Say go. Kobayashi Maru, huh?
I don't believe in a no-win scenario.
Not me. Card tuck. They got the Wildwood. They draw another removal spell. We're probably dead, but I mean, what are you gonna do? You know, at this point. So we're trying. We're trying to get through. That's another great. This is I think the best white common. Night Luminary looks phenomenal. They're not warping it, we're just casting it. Is that the 3rd might they have? No, only 2nd might. 2 mights. Might seems pretty damn good.
Bingo.
We actually drew a good card. Awesome. So, all right. We got the might, the luminary, the ace. They do have the wildwood. The wildwood also has a reach, which is like pretty annoying. But this is can make them lose 3 or gain 3. I can also, it's going to turn on void and draw a card. We can attack with the flyer and make them crew their land and shrink it. I think I'm kind of cool with that. Conversely, we could just kill the might and kind of play a longer game. We only have 7 cards in our deck though, so I think we like kind of need to end this game. Our remaining cards are a draw card, a 2/2, a removal spell, and a blade. They're not very good. I think we need this flyer to win the game. So I think we're going to attack. We're going to attack with this. Quite a game, right? They're not going to block. Wow. They're not even... The sneaky reach kind of bluff. So they've got 9 cards. We have 7. So do we delicacy down the might? 1 card in hand. I kind of want to draw a card, but maybe I just don't even want to. Just say go. Just say go. Let's see what happens. All right, they say go also. This is a hell of a first game for Bronze Mythic, right? What a series opener. What do you got, friend? All right. 3/4. And they're going to play a Lux Knight Breacher. This is a 2/2 that will enter as a 7/7. That's pretty big. Judge, if they were to attack with Hemosymbic Might, we put the trigger on a stack, and then we were to give it -3/-3, would it get -X/-X? Because it's a negative number? Real question. No? X is treated as 0. But why? Can't be negative? Alright. Alright, okay, sure. So, I mean, they might go for a Leroy if we let them attack and we can get them with this, but... Alright, 3/4. Alright, this is fine. It's a 6/6 or a 7/7. Does that matter that much? Okay, sure. Pretty reasonable deck for bronze, you know. So they're gonna might. They're gonna pump the Wildwood up by 1. I could shrink it now and it'll get this +0/+0. Then I can block here, 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 take 1. And untap, and is that lethal? Let's see, we're 5. Alright, I need to think for a second. They're at 7. I'm gonna kill this. Kill this. That resolves. Block here. This is taking 6. I can also have 5. Take 3. Yeah, there's dead, right? So we block here. We take 3. Untap. Make them lose 3. Attack. They block this. Take 5. Yeah, they're dead. It's cool. All right, sweet. So we block with this. We take 3. We go down to 2 life points. End step. Target opponent loses 3 life. I just wait, I guess. One tap. Untap. Decode transmissions. Sure. So you lose 2 life. You lose 2 life again. Each opponent loses 2 life. We got a blade for you? Oh, yeah, we're doing it now. What'd I say, folks?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Engage. Take us on. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Support the show. Make sure you follow. We stopped edging and we finally got there. Right? Right? Demonetized. Are we good here? Or what's the... Oops, wrong one. Whatever. Just do stuff. Hit buttons. Dude, they got full rope thing here. Sure. So I'm reading a book on anti-gravity, and it's impossible to put down. There are 4 lights. Warp speed 1-0, folks. Good start for our show here, brought to you by Elgato. Elgato partner and damn proud of it. Listen, if they had Elgato, all right, in the year 2335 or whatever on the Enterprise, they definitely would have used it on the Enterprise for sure. They didn't, unfortunately, which is a bummer for them, but Elgato gear runs my content. It's how I do all my effects and all my stuff. Camera, key lights, microphone, it's all Elgato. Check them out in the link in chat. Use the link in chat or description. And of course, use promo code ZZ-Gym5 for 5% off your order on Elgato.com. Elgato partner and damn proud of it. Let's rock and roll. We got a mulligan from our opponent. We're going to keep this 2-lander. It's a little sketchy. We're going to keep. We need to draw a lander. We're going to fail here. We have lands. We also have double cantrip nutrient block. A couple cards we can cast anyway. We're going to keep. You know. We lose. Whatever. It's fine. Totally cool. All right. So, they mulligan because they actually have discipline unlike us. Draw nutrient block. Cool. I feel like this card should have flash. Is that weird? I don't know why I feel like this card should have flash, but I feel like it should. Delicious. They play a Lightless Evangel card. We draw a whole card. We're sure it's like a draw card, I think. Try and guarantee our 3rd land drop. It's not instant ramen, yeah. Alright, so... I hate the vanilla trash talk here. I happen to love vanilla, thank you very much. So, go to hell. Oh, no! Oh, never mind. This works fine. So, this is a creature that has Void. Beginning of your end step, if the Void thing happened, do a thing, we can go to the end step and then sack our block. So... Alright, so attack for 2. And we are now in the end step, so now we'll sacrifice the block. Because Void is already triggered, or would have already triggered.
Embrace the Void.
Don't draw land, and don't draw land. Sure, so I didn't draw land, it's fine. Yeah, we'll just play Beetle, so you know. 21 life, so not a big deal. Yeah, I'm a big vanilla fan, so love me some vanilla. Alright, so Flight Deck Coordinator. They play Swarm color. That's good. They're going to attack. No blocks. No voids either. Untap and draw a land right on time. So we have our Carver. We've got our Flyer guy. A Faithful. Kind of like the Life Flicker here. Just 2-3 against a bunch of 2-2s. This is Menace. It's fine. The color is fine too. Yeah, just play Life Flicker and say go. We are once again in a spot where like we have many more cards than our opponent, and we should stay alive and cast them to win the game. So, all right, 5, and Lyo's advantage number 2. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, put a counter on this. So they can sacrifice a. They're sacrificing one of the Evangels actually, which will pump the Evangel and the Skittermaw. That's pretty bold, honestly. I think they should just sack the Skittermaw, but maybe not. I don't know. But all right, so no land again. We could draw 2. Have them lose 2. Otherwise, we're playing just another 3-drop. We could just kill our Beetle and draw a card. I kind of like that, I think. And draw 2, I mean. Sure. So let's sack this Beetle and draw 2. Try to draw Swamp here. Pretty good odds to draw Swamp, and we do. And we'll just play our Carver. And just chilling. Chat's already complaining about a 16th land. This game is fine. What do you mean? You have 4 lands in play. We're doing great. And they're out of cards. They guys are color. Nothing really great to sacrifice here. I think they maybe should just sacrifice this anyway, but draw Depressurize. That is a big pickup.
Bingo!
Unfortunately, we have the issue of... We would like to play a 2 and a 3. We also would like to decode and not lose life. I kind of want to... Our attacks aren't very good either because they have a 3-4. Yeah, this is a little annoying. We just play our own color, I guess, right? And just kind of like... They literally have 0 cards, and now we have 7, you know? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. We get Vestige and then put in color. It's even better. So, sure. Warp Speed! Mr. Sulu.
30 seconds to warp threshold.
So, no attacks. And end step, we draw a card. We can put in our... I'll put it in tap, though, right? I guess I forgot to put it in tap, so that's fine, though. Let's take 2, whatever. Not a big deal. Thing is, if they draw a piece of fodder, things get a little rougher, I guess, but they draw a Caesarian Voidborn, which they're going to warp in, which is kind of weird. Like, why bother warping it in? I guess maybe they're going to sacrifice it. Because, like, yeah, I can only assume they would warp it to sacrifice it, so they're going to sack the 3-4, so why not just cast this card? Why warp it? You don't have to warp things, you know? Drain for a little bit, draw a card. Now we're 10, they're 21. They draw a land. Cool. You do get to void. This goes back to their hand. I guess it does hit this thing, but they got it anyway. So 4/4 menace, 4/4, and a flyer. We draw land, so now we're getting somewhere. We can depressurize, kill the color, and then we can transmissions and make them lose 2, or we can just play more stuff. Play more stuff, right? So let's kill this flyer. This turns on void. And then I think we just draw 2, actually. Like, our board is pretty stable at this point. We need to be aware of the Blood Artist effect, but I think we're just cool to just keep making land drops. And no attacks, just say go. So this has Menace, but whatever. They have no more sacrifice outlets. They have a random Blood Artist and some shitters.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out, man.
That was my one loss in the pre-release, was me having my opponent empty-handed and in bad shape, and they just drew a skiff and got back a Mythic Angel. They choose to get back the Grav Blade Heavy, not the color, which is strange to me, actually. This would be a 5/6 flying creature. That's pretty good. Play land. We want to... so this is a 5/6 flyer, and we're at 10. I feel like we've got had our work kind of cut out for us in this draft. That's fine. Play color. Play blade. Yeah, I think we just say go. We have double block and endurance on the skiff, which I like. Good blocks on the ground. Yeah, I think we just say go. So Sucks to not equip the Blade with Void, but I think it's fine. Just get it out there and do our thing.
A void of dark.
Play their Blood Artist and play another creature. Never cast your second spell each turn and put a counter on this creature and draw a card. Oh man, they drew like the actual best possible card, which played them in the wrong order. Okay, sure. So we're gonna block here. This is like real basic stuff we see in Broads. Now I'm gonna be pointing things like that this out in the early episodes. Make very clear note: I am not insulting my opponent or looking to belittle them in any way, but I am gonna point out their mistakes so you don't make those same mistakes. So two bad things here. The simple one is they just cast spells in the wrong order, right? They played the Lightsmith and busted Sunborn, then Lightsmith, so they didn't trigger this, sure. But they also just tapped themselves out and played all the cards, and now I can super safely play my trick, which is kind of cool. So no fear here. I would have done it anyway, but like now I feel super safe doing it. So gonna block here, kill the Skiff.
Battle cruiser operation.
Did you drain? We are at 10, so you need to be aware of life here. That being said, the Blade can just go on the crawler and start getting our lifelink on, which is kind of nice. So I kind of like that. This costs 4 to equip. We have the Vestige also. We could, there's no way to, the Void happens on the end step. So if we want to equip it, we have to just equip it. Yeah, we're just going to do that. So equip for 4 and play them on us. So let's put this here. I'm a lifelinker. And we're going to get in with just the lifelinker for 5. And get in our creepy crawly. Great trade. We killed their 5/5. Awesome. And we gained 5 life, making the Blood Artist a little worse. Play them on us, and now we have the blade going. So I think the blade's kind of gas, actually. The blade's ability, where once this thing's equipped to something, you attack with it, they kind of have to kill it or trade, and then you just end up in a spot where you're just re-equipping for free every turn, which is pretty nice. Let's see here. Kind of want this thing to trade. This is fine. Though. Put this here. There we go. 5/2, and they draw land. Cool. So. Also, just hold your land here. You don't need to play your extra land. Draw Saboteur. Now we have Saboteur, Vestige, Titan. We're looking pretty awesome. I think I like sacrificing something here to get our Void going. We draw a card off this color and draw a card off the Void Titan as well. What do we sacrifice is the question. You just play 2 things. They go. Yeah, whatever. Sure. Just... attack for 4. We're playing 2 more blocks. Attack for 6. 7 in the air. This is fine. Attack with this. No sacks. This is fine. Just gonna attack. Play a land. Play an alien. Play a Saboteur. Just say go.
There are alien forces acting in ways we can't perceive.
Saboteur is totally fine here as a blocker. 4/1 blocker. It's hard to remove. Is totally fine against their board. They got a 4/4, a 3/4, 2/2, possible 3/3 or 4/4. That's great for us. And they just play a land. So yeah, they're gonna concede, sure. But definitely hold on to your lands in the mid game there. There's no reason to play your last land out. You have to have a really good reason to do so. But here we go. And we're on course. Set a heading. Mach 3, 2, 6, 9, 5. Engage. Hands great. Keep. Gonna be a long stream at this rate. Yeah, so. Question for YouTube and chat. What is your favorite Star Trek? Mine is still Next Generation. I enjoyed it. It's funny, I never actually really watched Deep Space Nine as a kid. Because it was just too, like, adult for me. And then me and Nicole watched it. We enjoyed it a lot. But I think my favorite is still Next Generation. So, we draw Faithful, which is great. You can just sack the Beetle and draw 2. But we're going to Saboteur, I think. Just get our beats on. Empire Strikes Back, yes. Yes, correct. Mr. Mookie says, I'm 40 and I've never watched any Star Trek. Listen out, my friend. So, when they have no creatures in play, this card hits.
No, that's a lot of damage.
That is nice. So, here's a Falls Faithful. We're not going to be... Yeah, we're going to put the Beetle here. So, we'll attack. And then we'll just Beetle. We miss out on the mana, but whatever. It's fine. We're not going to Faithful nothing, so... Okay. Warning. Discarding an app. Wow, that is a house.
Attention alien spacecraft, do you read?
This is a really powerful card. 5 mana for a vehicle. Pumps the whole team. When you pump the team, it makes it easier to station too. So they play Frontline War Rager. End step, control 2 or more tap things, and sure. So we just drew Dark Endurance. We also have the Delicacy and a Faithful. We attack and pump this. We can just kill it. We can just kill it before we attack. I like just killing this attacking, I think. So let's kill this. Just get out of here.
Get off my plane.
5. The trigger's here. We just say go. Next turn we can Faithful, sacrificing our Beetle, draw some cards. We got a Trick. Maybe Vestige also. And they're gonna... Damn!
No, you can't. Don't even try.
Alright, so they're gonna ward kill by guy, discarding a spell. So 2 for 1 on my 2-drop. Look pretty good that game. We draw land. So now we're just gonna attack for 1, and we're just gonna Vestige into our Faithful. So let's fire us. Welcome to Warp Zone.
30 seconds to warp threshold.
And instead draw a card and put in the this destroys, not sacrifices. So there's not really reason to put this in first. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Just put this in. Put this in. Kill the Beetle. Draw 2 cards. And we are currently cooking, as they would say. Some dubious food. Dubious food. Got their lander token.
A space rock, fresh from the cosmos.
Secret Panda. We're gonna sorcery speed sacrifice. So instant speed, just again, basic stuff. We're gonna point it out. Not making fun of our opponents, but general heuristic when it comes to abilities and instants is to wait till the end of your opponent's turn. Wait till the last available time you can do them. That is not always true, but it's a good baseline. And we're going to play a land. We're going to attack for 3. We got to hope they kill this, so then we can play our Titan and draw a card. Enter the Void, if you will. But we're just going to get in. So, sure. So we're going to see just a Beetle and an Evangel here, I think. We could just jam Titan, but they've got 3 cards in hand. They have 3 mana up. Last turn, they just sacked a Lantern and said go. So it's unlikely they have many creatures or threats in their hand, because they would have cast any card that cost 6 or less that was a threat. Might have some removal spells in hand. So this is a really important thing when it comes to your draft games and Magic in general, is like just trying to get a feel and a vibe for their hand, right? So you're never going to be exactly sure what's in their hand. Kind of like in poker, like you never know they have jacks, I guess jacks is like the one hand where you can kind of call it out sometimes, but whatever, I digress. But you can never be exactly sure what they have, but we can pretty safely say that they probably don't have any creatures or proactive cards that cost 5 or less, because they would just cast it last turn, right? So it's likely they have removal spells or nothing, and nothing is great for us, so we can play our removal spells here. So we're not going to play Titan. We're going to play our Beetle and play our Evangel and kind of keep the ball rolling here. And that's the kind of thing where, as a good limited player, it becomes instinctual, where you're just always trying to kind of track their hand, think about their hand, think about what they could have. And a lot of people will do that in the manner where they'll just be like, oh, well, they're playing red and green, and there are these good cards in the set, so we'll just name some, and there you go, there's a Shatter. God, I look so freaking smart.
Who do you think you are? I am.
God, I love it. Welcome to Bronze to Mythic. So you gotta get an instinctive feel of I'm sorry, I also tried to thought. I was too busy stroking my ego or whatever, but as another removal spell, great. So yeah, they had 2 removal spells in their hand, sure. But a lot of times people who are in the mid-level of experience will, when I was coaching, I'd be like, well, what do you think they have here? And they would just name off instants that cost 3 mana or whatever, 4 mana. Cards that they could cast and might be in their deck, which shows a kind of a knowledge of cards that could be in the format, but not an awareness of what's actually happening in the game. You're not just thinking about things they could have, you're looking at the context clues of what's happened in the game to then use that information and derive what they have. So we ended up being totally right. They had 2 removal spells. Awesome. So now our Titan looks a little safer. We'll jam a 6-drop here, but that's sick. So great. Play this. Play the alien. Say go. Good to go. Did I have lethal? I could have killed him, I guess. I could have endurance and then also delicacy, but whatever, sure. Too busy giving valuable lessons, all right? Not even good. Reset, thanks so much. Also, Vlam. Yeah, so we could have played +2 here and then 3 damage here. Whatever, we're fine. I guess this grows too, sure. So they're gonna play a Brood Guard Elite as a 3/3, leaving up 1 red mana. I think we're
Space.
So, play this guy. This and this. Cruising. Mono Black, episode 1, Bronze the Mythic. Happy to have you. Let's keep on going here. We're getting some good drafts so far. Some good games, some good lessons. All right, let's rock and roll. All right, so just realized that I don't have a scoreboard for the line and stuff. Look for that in episode 3. My bad, my apologies. I'm currently, we're kind of in between assistants right now. Cassie's finishing up this month and I'm hiring. I got a lot of applications here. I did 14 interviews yesterday and the day before, so we're getting there. We're getting there. So we're gonna keep, Anne's great. And we actually have a pretty sick curve here. We got the Blade on 1.
See where it says void, 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 and this is not a check?
Turn 2, Virus Beetle. Turn 3, Faithful. Sack this, draw. And equip. Pretty sick. Titan resub. Nurse resub. Let's go. 4 years for Nurse. Let's do this. Alright. Discarding a Beam Saw Protector. That's a pretty good card. Makes bad against the 1/1. So they play Starfighter Pilot. Comes tapped, Surveil. So we're going to play a land. We're just going to sacrifice. Attack the Beetle. Draw 2 cards. And then we're going to void our Blade onto our Faithful. Unfortunately, a 6/2 is not the best against a 2/2, but let's see what they do. Yeah, good old Virus Beetle, Ravenous Rats, Covert Operative. Is that the one from whatever? Oh, Warp Zone.
Engage the Ward Tribe.
And they're gonna attack. So they get to Surveil. I get to attack for 6 next turn. This is going away. And they mill over a Swarm Color. Yeah, sure. I mean, so definitely attack. It says I'm missing a land drop, and they missed a land drop. Sure. So now we just jam for freaking 6. It seems pretty sweet. Sure, I'm in. Jam for 6. Coming in.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Pointless nostalgia.
6 damage coming on through. And there's shut block. So, I mean, it's a lot of damage. So, fire a Beetle, play the Evangel, say go. Probably should have traded Evangel for the Pilot, honestly. They discard another big idiot. Sure. There's missing some land drops here, of course. Blade's pretty good. And then we're also Void. So again, Void is not only your stuff, it's their stuff too. So we're just gonna move this, put this here. It's not gonna block. Oh no, I'm an idiot!
I'm sorry, Tyler. It was an accident. I was having too much fun.
One of the classic blunders. Don't do as I say, not as I do. That is one of like the all-time classic limited blunders. Moving an equipment after that blocks have happened, that would kill the creature.
You could have picked a better spot.
And they pump their guy too. What do they pump it with? Put a counter on it. Sure, we'll just block here. Alright, I mean, whatever, it's fine. That was obviously a very bad mistake. We'll live and let live. They're gonna warp. They got a 1/1 here. That's fine. So we're gonna tap, we're gonna draw, we're gonna play our Vault Forge Titan. I guess we'll attack and see if they block. So we'd love a Void here. And this is a spot in this limited format where like this looks like a Void, you know? So play Titan, say go. They have 2 cards in Warp now, and now they're in the spot where they're ahead on cards, and we're kind of feeling the pressure of like needing to close the game out or find ways to draw cards of our own. So, all right, so they're gonna play, but a counter here, and so you go. We draw Dark Endurance, pretty good draw actually, because they're kind of like really priced into blocking here. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna just equip here and attack. So equip up here, attack them both. They probably go for the double block on a Titan. We're gonna hit the Dark Endurance. Pretty tough spot, you know. Oh, reset. Thanks so much. Pretty hard to not block Titan here. Yeah, just like this is not like a mistake from our opponent. This is just sort of like a you're kind of behind.
After it was all over, We took us in the house and served as pancake.
They weren't that behind. All right. I mean, they had a bunch of spells in their hand. We know they weren't lands, but I mean, sure, whatever, I guess. Right. Yeah, I mean, sure. Got the Carver, the Saboteur. Not a 2-liner, but it's fine. Plenty of things to do with our deck. We do have some more. We have our only 6-drop and our only 5-drop and one of our 6 drops. That's fine. All right, let's keep this. First interview. Yep. I got 70 applications for my assistant position, and I took 14 of them to interviews. We got Edge Rover. Rover, come on over.
I may be synthetic, but I'm not stupid.
Huh. We actually want a lander tokens. That's cool. Yeah, 14 interview, and then 5 are moving on to the next interview stage. Oh no! That's not the best. I mean, so we got a Saboteur and just block. I think we want to block. So they're green-white. You've already seen this. This is kind of awkward that, like, this card has a drawback. That drawback is much more evident against green-white because they have a color pair that cares about counters. So we're just trying to block the lander here, I think. Wiz, new sub, welcome. Happy to have you. Remember, folks, you're sitting in welcome. Hi there. Hello. My name is Jim, and I'm a full-time content creator, commentator, and content creator. And welcome. Follow, like, comment, subscribe, support the content.
Those rocks are from an alien planet.
Tap and draw. Unfortunately, you don't draw land. Sure. So we're just gonna say go. Hold your pressure. They got 3 cards in hand. Yeah, this is a little stinky, but sure, it's fine. They play. All right. So this is pretty good for us.
Get off my plane.
We have depressurized response to the counters. We can kill it. So cool. Killing a 5-drop with a 2-mana spell is pretty sweet. I missed on land again, but I think it's just like fine. Should play the Beetle as I go. Get the second to last card. And see how good it is. It'll tell us how good the last card is. They're thinking it was a Focus Fire, so decent rule spell. Land 6, and they got a Fate Makers. They are not going to... Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So, draw a land, which is sick. Now we can actually Blade and then Void, which is kind of gas.
We were born in the intergalactic void.
So, just do this, get our land.
That we should find safety until we make landfall.
And now we end step Void, put the thing here, and yeah, I think this Blade is pretty damn good. I called it my set review. If you missed set review, go watch it on my main channel, like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. We're blocking here. I didn't read this card.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
That's fine. So sure, that was not a great trade, but I guess we're ahead on cards anyway. So here's land 5. We're just gonna put in the Vestige. We get to warp. No, so warping. No, warping will trigger. So void. It was void. Specifically says warped. Sick. So we'll go Vestige. Oh no, it's not gonna work actually. So yeah, it'll go here and then warp out. Okay, sure, that's fine. So because they bolt trigger on the end step, we can't put in the thing and then do the thing. And then same with Titan, we can't put this in and then draw a card off of it. I guess we're gonna have a 3/3. I guess we just Titan. So we want to sack and draw next turn. Sure, let's put it aside. Put the biggest card. It's tapped anyway, so sure, that's fine. Yeah, Blade's really nice. Really does like the. It just plays really well. Another cadet. Oh my god.
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
That's not good. We draw a card draw spell, sure. So, I should have put in the colors like attack with it. That was kind of stupid, I think. They have a 4/4. They drew a card off this thing. Don't currently have a removal spell. Damn. 1 card in hand. Unfortunately, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't with this card, because they can just if it hits us they draw, and if it dies they draw. I think we're gonna block and just draw a card. I guess if we don't draw a land, it's devastating. We'll still draw a card at the end step. Yeah, I think it's fine. Really want to draw a land here. Void's on. We don't draw a land. So no attacks. We do get to put the blade on and draw a card. Then there's the land right there. Of course. Of course. You know, thought we were doing well, but we were...
You were out ruining your health and reputation with friends of low character.
Land 8. 1 card in hand. We do have a decent blocker here. This has to attack to add a counter, so... Frozen Mage, welcome. There's a lot riding on his Titan's shoulders. They play Sunstar Expansionist. When it enters, if I control more lands, they get a lander and then landfall. Fantastic. This is perfect for us. This is fantastic. Really, really good.
I don't believe in a no-win scenario.
And then we can Circuit Feeder to kill something next turn, which is great. Or we could play a bunch of other stuff. Or play the Vestige. Looking great. Looking great. Feeling good. All right. Fantastic. We draw a Virus Beetle. But I suppose them having no cards in hand is pretty cool. So, play a land. We can Feeder. We can kill the... Yeah, he'll kill this thing and then draw a card off Titan. That's pretty good. Let's do that. Play this. Kill this thing. Plump this, kill this. Attacking for 11. Honestly, attacking for 11 is not bad. They double block or take 11, and now we're in like a pretty cool race. Yeah, sure, whatever. If they don't block, sure. If they don't block, we draw a card. The blade moves either way, which is great. So, yeah, with them having no cards in hand, I think it's pretty great for us. All right, so cool. So they block them both. Really dead. And then they draw a card. We're gonna void and make a 7/5 flyer. It's a 3-turn clock in the air, and our hand is juiced. Play a land. And they play another Fate Maker. Sure, just a 4/3. Looking pretty good for us. We draw a land. We can attack. Color Monas. Yeah, sure, that's great. I guess... maybe we use Vestige. We play Color and Grave Pact. We can't really block this that well. Yeah, we'll just play this guy and say go. If they can... it leaves the battlefield, so there's no way around it. They can exile. They play a land. Sure. Yeah, this game's now just over, so... 7 the other dead. So, alright, sick. I mean, so far, one thing I've noticed is that flooding seems like an issue. So glad we're playing 15 lands, you know, monocolor 15 lands. Pretty good. Yeah, I had fun. I had a great time. Thanks for asking. Appreciate that. Mon Capitan. Alright, so we got 2-drop, removal spell, 3-drop. Honestly, killing our 2/2 to draw 2 is not the end of the world either, so we can keep this. Pretty happy here. Removal spell and 2-drop. You need to draw land if you miss for a turn is the end of the world. A Swarm color, sure. Evangel, come on down. Vampire Cleric. Glad they have vampires in space, you know? It's good. It's good.
Space!
Play a land. That is a nice little rare here. Sunstar Chaplain. 3/2. 2 things to tap, put counters on things. Remove counters to tap things. Great rare. Kind of risky card to play on turn 2, honestly. You know, it's the kind of card you almost would rather play later. It's some, like, good rares that are rate rares where, like, they're just good because they're cheap. You kind of just run out and do your thing. I think it was more of like a... oh my god, there's playing rares. We missed again, sure. So this is a 2/2 Vigilance Menace. Another creature you control dies or has been in exile. That's a card, I guess. Alright, so we'll just attack for 2s. We can't block this thing. It's got Menace. Actually, I guess we could block. Yeah, sure, whatever. Play it safe. Attack first, see if they would trade. They're never trading there, so... they discard Night Luminary. That's the worst card in their hand? That's horrifying. This card's great. And they're going to attack. Alright, whatever. We're blocking. Blow me out. Squire's Lightblade. Yeah, that's a blowout, sure. That's pretty bad. That was worse than I thought it was going to be, actually, but sure. Maybe I didn't need to block there. And they're going to Luminary. Dies from exile. So this does count for warp. Fortunately now our Faithful sucks though. That was a bad block. I think that was just not a very good block at all.
Throw yourself in next time. Rid us of your
It's not worth it. We kind of needed the creature to draw off the Faithful, and now we're like, don't have a good Faithful target, so. And now it also has 4 power, so it kills me when it dies, which sucks. So. Alright, here comes Sir Von Dam. Jean-Claude Von Dam. This card's so good. Like, it's just such a good common. Alright, well, we drew, we can put in the Vestige. We're at 16. Welcome to Warp Zone. So we're going to say go. Put in our Swarm color tapped. Right? Yeah, no Beetle. I do that we just draw a land next turn and go Beetle Faithful. That'd be sick, but... Yeah, I mean, this is cool. This is fine. That does seem pretty good. I mean, they played 2 good rares and 2 great commons. And are now a big uncommon. Oh my god, okay. Plus Episode and Death Touch. Still a good block for us, but this is a lot of damage. I think they might have gotten us, folks. We'll see, but we get a 2-2. And we draw a Nutrient block. So we cannot play this and the Faithful. Gross. Might need you to... Oh my god. So... 5/4 Menace, where if it dies, they get to destroy something. Yeah. That is not very nice. If we kill this, we can kill this and make them draw cards, hope they draw lands, but like, that's probably where we're at, right? Sure. Alright, we're gonna use the hidden mode on Faithful and kill their creature and they draw 2 cards. I am not happy about it, but I'm going to play a Nutrient block and just say go. I'm going to line up for some awful blocks here and just hope they work out and draw a bunch of lands. So, alright. Their deck looks pretty good. I think we made some pretty big mistakes in the game. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, I mean, maybe our mistake wouldn't matter, actually. Now that we're looking at it. Sure, so... We block like this. Everything dies anyway. I think we're just pretty dead here, so... I don't think we really have any outs here, so I think we're fine. So, very nice deck, opponent. Really good deck. So, everything dies. They can't kill this. We draw a Depressurized. That was actually a pretty good draw. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter. We're still just dead. Man, that sucks. If we had a little more life, we depressurize the rare and play Virus Beetle and block this thing, but we're at 3. If we were like 8 or 9, I think this game might have been winnable from this spot, actually. As it stands, though, it is not winnable, so... Let's take a look at that. One more card from their hand, and then we'll concede.
He's dead, Jim.
Alright, so, GG. Nice deck. Really, you can't really be sad about losing that deck. That was a pretty good deck, so... No worries. So, schedule the rest of the week. We see new standard tomorrow on stream. Gonna be a lot of fun. More Bronze Mythic on stream on Thursday. We got the Pile Driver pre-release happening this Saturday. It is a free event. A free event for all Pile Drivers. So if you are a YouTube member or a Twitch sub, you're a Pile Driver, join the Discord. It's free. It's a free event. We have door prizes. It's a lot of fun. Come down, hang out. It's gonna be great. We have draft night coming up, poker night coming up, all sorts of fun events in the Discord. So make sure you come down and hang out and tune in. Another 2-lander. This is fine. We're gonna keep this. We got Blade into Beetle, and the card draw. Blade up, and they play a Creeping Fart Pit. These are gonna be pretty common. You know, they're only a rare in the bonus sheet, and there's 10 of them. So let's see if this creature lands more than you'd expect. We're gonna play a Wonderwall Sweeper, huh? You're my Wonderwall.
I'm tired of the clown show. Tired of it.
All right, discarding a Cryo Shatter. Not a bad rule spell. And it's a third land. Star Breach Whale going into Warp Zone. Surveil 2. Never really understood the trope of a space whale, but they're going to station their cheap little flyer, play a nutrient block, a lot of artifact things going on here, and we draw land. So we're going to play land. Yeah, we're just going to keep on going here. We could, yeah, let's play flyer. So play flyer and attack for 2. I really like this card a lot. Now if they station their thing, they can attack of each trade and make it 2/2, which is awesome. So we're going to play a Cloud Sculpt Tactician.
I mean, we're space aliens. It's a miracle we can even speak English.
Weird. Sure. So they're going to crew. And they're not going to attack. We draw Comet Crawler. Yeah, sure, it's great. So this is a 1/4 flyer. Gets +1/+7 if you control an artifact. Pretty good comment, honestly. So, yeah, we're going to attack, though. Attack with the 2/1. Make another one. Just keep saying instant go and do our thing. Blocks are great here. Land is a great draw. Lifelink here is pretty cool, too. So, feeling pretty good. They play a Relic. Pretty good looking artifact deck so far. So blue-black. Blue's got a lot of artifact stuff in this set, as it usually does. And they could stun the thing and draw, sure. So little tap-tappy. 1 stun counter. And they're going to attack for 2. Sure. Fine by me. So we untap, we draw a land. Now we're in for our Swarm color. 17-16 with Creeping Tar Pit. So you're always trying to decide if you want to be, are you in a racing scenario or are you in a long game scenario? Are you the beatdown or are you the control deck? And with them having a Tar Pit in play, life in play, 2 flyers, I think we're the control deck here. So we're just going to play the color and say go. We're not going to bother attacking. Yeah, they have 2 cards in hand. They're about to play a whale too, which is big flyers. So yeah, let's play this and say go. And just chill. We're just going to chill and wait it out. Our blade will help trade up with the bigger flyers. We got some card draw, lifelinker. We can sack the beetle and draw next turn also, which is kind of sweet. Turn on our void. Putting the blade on the crawler is pretty nice too, so. So they're going to pressurize down my 2/4, which is not good for us. So that is a dead creature. Aww. Stack to block, draw a card. Okay. Probably should stack to draw first, just like basic, like, you know, if you're ever doing a thing where you're drawing a card, do that thing first to see what you draw. Maybe it changes your play. The more information you have for your plays, the better. Attack for 2, sure. So the whale goes into exile. They have 2 3/5 flyers in the waiting. They're actually pretty good too, actually. Pretty solid looking deck. We draw an Evangel. So, yeah. I mean, if we attack here, we can play Crawler if they don't block. And they're going to play a 3/5 flyer next turn, right? So 16-20. I would like to want to be more aggro since they have better inevitability with the Tar Pit. I mean, tapping all your lands to a Tar Pit at this stage in the game is like, even if you're not playing a spell, is actively good for us. That just slows them down. So, yeah, they're not going to block. So the question is how much they're going to leave back. It's kind of tough. I think we're just play Crawler and say go. Kind of sneaky, but say go. Putting the blade in the Crawler is pretty awesome. It's a nice thing to build towards. They're likely just to play a whale here. But Captain, there be whales here. Keep one on top. They don't really have any viable attacks. And now if we fire up the blade in the Comet Crawler, they don't really agree. Wow, okay, never mind. They're attacking. They're moving to attack position.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
I mean, they only have 1 card. I think we're just gonna block here. Like, if they have a trick, it kind of stinks. We should get 2/2s though. That's a good trade. Great trade for us. I'm an idiot. I thought this was a 2/2 flyer.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
That's fine. I had my head on Windrake. Sorry, my bad. It's Not a big deal, honestly, because now our hands, actually, that was an insane draw. So we're going to Evangel. We're going to Embrace Oblivion. We're going to kill the whale. Sack the beetle. Trigger Void. Do all the things.
We are in a completely unknown void.
And we're going to jam with everything. Not going to sack. Deal 6. Move the blade over. Titan's going now. Yeah, that was a pretty good draw. So, not a great play on my part, but, you know, it's fine. These things happen, you know? I regret the thing I did. So, 5-4 lifelinker. Dubious Delicacy will kill the 3-3. It does not kill the lifelinker, though, which is huge. And another jellyfish.
The alien ship detected the warp signature.
Let me draw a swarm color. Sure. So, we're jamming. I guess if they block... They could block a... You know what? We'll just sack a robot here. And then now, if they want to block, we kill both of them. We gain 7 life, and we can fire off transmissions, too. So, sure. Let's jam. Let's sack. So now, if they want to double block, we get to kill both. And 7's a lot, you know? So, sick. So, kill these. Gain a bunch of life. Now we're at 25. And we have, we could play color and put a blade on it, or we could play decode and draw. So their next turn is basically just playing the whale. And then we're not scared of Tarp it at all because we're at 25 now. So I'm going to play color. Make a big flyer. The color can get through the whale, which is pretty sick. And we can just sack and void again next turn, so... 5-5 Swarm Color. Yeah, the blade has been awesome. It has been really good. So, Surveil, keep one card on top. What's that last card, friend? Virus Beetle. That's tough. I think we just want the Titan. Decode is good for a one-shot deal, but I think we want the multiple draws. So, all right, discard this. Don't draw land, which is fine. We're going to attack and sacrifice the robot. And draw. Draw land here. Let's play Titan. Would be great. We didn't draw land. We drew Depressurize. It's pretty good too, actually. So, that's going to happen. We're just playing the Beetles. We're going to sack it next turn anyway. So, play this. Kill the whale while they're... Yeah, we're definitely going to kill this. So, we'll just kill this now. Let's not let them draw Pump Spell and fizzle it. So, this thing will not actually kill it if the creature's power goes higher. So... We're going to leave this on the color, because we're going to sack this next turn anyway, so. Alright, so there's Tarpit. So, now we're at a spot where we've negated the effect of Tarpit by a lot. Tarpit's just irrelevant. Tarpit is basically just format a Lava Spike. That's totally fine for us. We're at 25, so. Good job mitigating that. We draw Nutrient Block. If we draw off the block, we can't play Titan. We're just going to jam. Attack them both. Sack the Beetle. Draw untap land, please. I guess they're all untapped, but whatever, sure. So, we're still in great shape. We're not drawing lands, we're drawing spells, so we're doing pretty good.
Life is a void.
Let's put this here. This is the block. Looking pretty good. And they're flooding a bit too. So, good flood insurance here in Tarpit, but that is not an attack you want to make, so that's fine.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
They're at 7, they're set on board, sure. So, all right, cool, sweet. So, pretty clean game, pretty reasonable. Going for lethal. Sack attack. Bringing it right back.
Game. Blouses.
All right, sick. We are 6-1, playing for a trophy in our very first Edge of Eternities draft, and also make it so. Go for that trophy. And it's gonna keep. All right, let's go. Theoretical fastest possible to Mythic, I think, is 11 drafts if you win actual every game. Last season, if you missed it, last season was quite the banger. Final Fantasy, we were playing for Mythic in a record 15 drafts. We didn't make it, unfortunately. Made it in 18 drafts. The record is currently 17. The scoreboard's down right now. I gotta get it up for you all, but I Let me just attack here. They block Will's Endurance. Block, cool, it's fine too. So, coming off a kind of a heater run, you know, in Final Fantasy, going into draft 15, we were playing for Mythic and had 9 trophies and 14 drafts. So, Virus Beetle is the draw. Yeah, sure, I'm in. You play a Command Bridge. Discard a card. Final Fantasy was a good set. Unfortunately, it's come out so fast that it's tough to go here. So tough to go. Attack for 1. Remember, folks, make sure you follow me on all platforms. All right, I'm on Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, ChristianMingle.com, MySpace, YouTube. Follow on all. Support the content. If you enjoy the show, you want to support what I do. A lot of work goes into all the content that I make. Hence why I'm hiring another assistant. And your support makes that possible. So hit the buttons. GeoCities, Angel Fire, JDate. I'm on all of it. So here comes the Pollinator. And they have a Wayfarer. We can use the Endurance, and that's not, you aren't going to do that. So that's fine. Take one. Draw land. Cool. So play land. Just going to play the Swarm Color and say go. Feeling pretty good here. Alta Vista, Netscape Navigator. Right? Anyone?
Pointless nostalgia.
Banishing Light. Swarm Color. Called his last swarm. Making more landers.
I got a rock.
Alright. Sure. So just gonna play Comic Crawler and say go, I guess. Again, we have a defensive pump spell here. We're not keen to use it when they have 4 spells in their hand. They missed a land drop for last turn, so we know they have a bunch of spells in their hand. So, add me on AIM. My AIM name was something. So, crack a lander. You'll get a land. ICQ? I used to play on ICQ. Apprentice back in the day. I was there, Gandalf. Dinosaur, new sub, welcome. Playing Apprentice on ICQ. That was something. Sack of lander tokens. They've gone from 3 lands to 5 lands pretty quick. Sub go over the AIM reveal. So depressurizing would trigger Void, which is kind of nice. We can get our Crawler going maybe. We want to draw a land for the Titan. You know, that's a real big one here. Yeah, we're just gonna kill this. Attack. This can't kill bigger stuff really anyway, so we're gonna attack. I guess you're gonna attack first, right? Using the Endurance. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should use the Endurance. That was stupid. So I should just attack first. They make the block. I use Endurance as a removal spell rather than the. I mean, maybe that's actually not better because we have the Crawler, and now we gotta protect the Crawler. Yeah, actually, I changed my mind. I like this better. Having a protection spell for our 5/4 lifelinker is better than having a small creature removal spell. God, come on!
Waka waka.
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
Dark Endurance does not work there. So they're going to Banishing Light, and they're going to hit the Comet Crawler, which is really annoying, of course. Nice protection spell. Idiot. Does Titan draw us any cards? Yeah, we drew a few. We've been in a lot of spots where we just drew our 5th land and cast it. We would draw a card, you know, but it happens. Oh, we got rid of this freaking plug, man. Fungal Colossus. So this is a 5/5 with affinity for different costed or different named lands you control. Sure. Let me draw another non-land. Play Flyer, Seg up. They are doing a good job keeping cards in hand. Yeah, Pollinator taps any untapped permanent, so it can tap the Vanishing Lights. They are playing a lot of colors. Nice. I don't know what's going on here, actually. And
Inconceivable!
we're off the radar, folks. Our opponent's playing a lot of colors. Welcome to Warp Zone. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, they have an active tapper now. They do not have a counter, so this is like the worst tapper of all time. They're gonna do it though. They're tapping. And here comes the 5/5. So we're gonna block with 2 things here and just Dark Endurance, I think. What? Why would you?
A brilliant player can get a strong hand cracked, go on tilt, and lose his mind along with every single chip in front of him.
I guess I misclicked because I didn't get priority for the endurance because it only costs 1 once you actually have a blocking creature. So I hit looking to pass to blockers, but it already passed to blockers because I don't have anything I can cast. I suppose that is technically on me.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
But sure. We've got some flyers now. This is pretty gross. That's pretty shitty, but sure. All right. Play the Lifeless Vandal and say go. Not pleased with that outcome. What's up, Mike? They are playing the colors. Tapping the Hole Carver again. They are once again coming in. That was a weird priority pass there where they didn't press priority immediately. And now we're in the spot where, again, using defensive home spells is kind of risky, but... Alright, where's that block? The block I was going to make last time. This is certainly risky and I'm not happy about it, but... And this is a lesson in why you should never use defensive spells. That is why.
Throw yourself in next time and
Him who travel land sick. Okay. Sure. So here's our Titan. We got maybe like a 2-for-1, I guess, as the Beetle got a card off them also, but that's fine. Say go. Final Fantasy went too quick. Listen, folks. I was in brew 2 of 10 new brews. And chat was already like, have you seen the new Spider-Man spoiler? They don't stop, man. They don't stop. They're gonna give me a block here. Alright, let's try the block. Thanks, Vulcan. Appreciate it. I gave you a mod. Everyone, give a shout out to Resident Vulcan in chat. Just been modded. Resident Vulcan is one of my candidates for my new assistant position. So show some love. We draw Swamp. Yeah, so I mean they have a Worm. This Tapper is really gonna get us. It's kind of like awful on their deck since they don't have any counter stuff. But with us being at 12, the Tapper's kind of annoying. Yeah, they kind of like picked us apart this game. These Banishing Lights were insane. They really got like a lot of our engine pieces. Yeah. This is 4 to equip. A new one. Let's just force them to tap it every turn. We also just attack, honestly, right? They just play the Worm, though. If they want to attack, they have to spend 4 mana to tap this. So, this is not great. They're gonna, man, they are really aggressive. So they're valuing 4 mana to tap this to deal 3 damage rather than casting a Worm. Dude! There's so many worms! Let me draw another land. Okay, I think we're in trouble this game. We're gonna attack. I should attack this, stupid. And then play a new guy and move the equipment. Yeah. Not ecstatic about this this arrangement here. They've hit their spots. This is pretty cool. I'm glad this multi-color deck is working for them. I love multi-color decks, so... Tap again, get it for 3. Their Curiosity, man, they just don't want to cast these 5/5s. Like, when we just die to these? So, I think our opponent is, their deck looks great. Oh, they're all 5 colors? Alright. Yeah, I think we're dead, so let's attack. So, I think our opponent is making a mistake here by prioritizing tapping to get in damage with the whale. If they had just cast these 2 worms over the last 2 turns, we'd be dead. but they're like getting it for 3, wasting their turn really otherwise, which is not great for them. We're still going to lose. I don't think it matters, but you know, it's important to think about developing your board. You know, it's not about how can I do the most damage this turn. It's how do I win the game, and how can I deal a lot of damage over future turns, you know? Let's play a worm. Yeah, we're just not really beating the worm either. Draw Buyer Speedle. We get their last card. Board 3 instead, so. Last card is a... Well, did I look good until I discarded that card? This is not exactly a card that you would splash, but sure. Alright, I'm just gonna say go. Pretty dead. At the point now they started to cast worms, so we are in some doo-doo. Yeah, it's a trample too. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have any outs here, but that is an interesting card to discard. I played the 5-color Wooburg Station at the pre-release. It was incredibly bad. Just completely unplayable. It was 5 mana for a tap 2/2, basically. So, well, I'm sure if I open it, we'll try it once in Bronze and Mythic, but don't play that card. Alright, so on the draw, we've got Evangel to go along with our block, which is cool. It's good hand. We can keep this. 2/2 drops, removal spell, cantrip. Good stuff. And rocking the block. Final boss time! Let's do this. Warning. Final boss approaching. Warning. Here's a Lightless Evangel. We have that card also. So we're gonna I'm just gonna kill this. So on the draw, have a big kind of top end card. Black, white, this is probably pretty good. It could grow out of range before we can kill it. I'm just gonna kill it now. This might be wrong. But then we can go Grav Pack on 3, and then Evangel Sack on 4. So Raven says hello. What is the strongest archetype? I have no idea. It's my first draft. I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on.
Throw yourself in next time and
I'm basically just Mr. Stupid here. I'm old Pippin. Mariotic Brandybuck and Peregrine Took. So come hang out with me and come learn with me. We'll figure it out together, right? They play Comet Crawler, sure. So play Manos Siga.
I'm stupid, you're smart.
Basically. Yeah, so far black is the best color because it's the only color we've cast. We are mono black here in draft number 1. All right, we got Dual Sun Adepts. Brand new set, just released today on Arena. Edge of Eternities, Comet Crawler, gonna deal for 2 here. If you ain't sacking stuff, this card is pretty bad. But they play a double striker, that's a pretty good card. So we draw our Saboteur. Right, I had this card. So probably just kill this thing. Yeah, we're just gonna kill this. So let's play Pressurize, kill this. We're gonna play the Saboteur. And we're just gonna block the Crawler, I think. So very interesting card, the Saboteur. I feel like it's almost more of a blocker than an attacker. It is a pretty big downside. And in Limited, Limited's much more creature focused than Constructed is. In Constructed, you're playing a bunch of removal spells, you play against a control deck, etc., etc. But there's a Starfield Shepherd going to Warp Zone.
Engage the warp drive.
They get a Plains. Sure. So it's pretty good. What's up, Hockey Robert? Set reviews up on YouTube. Set reviews been popping off. Are they going to discard a card and kill my Saboteur? Bingo. Pump the Fist. Great exchange. 2 for 1. Love it. If I gain a little life, so be it. If we got a black 4-1 blocker, so it was a 1 drop. Yeah, but like it also attacks for 4 sometimes too. You know, like we had a few games where it got attacked. This game hasn't really been that kind of game. That's fine. We're going to Evangel. We're going to draw off the block. Chip off the old block here. Alright, so, attack for 2. Alright, they play Mystifying Maze, the fixed Mazebith. 4 mana tap and put a thing out of combat. Kind of annoying if the game was on late, but... So Shepherd will search again for another Plains. The card is quite good. Great art, too. I gotta say, I really love the art in the set. When I first heard, you know, whatever, a long time ago, they were doing a space set, I was kind of like, a space set? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? What is happening here? But I gotta say, I really feel like they absolutely nailed the flavor of the set. And I really have been enjoying the flavor. Really tastefully done. Really cool. Big fan. So they have nothing left. We have a pretty good hand with the defensive pump spell. Yeah, we're going to take this. I think it's just fine. I don't think life matters too much here. We draw lands. Now we have another Monist. We have Endurance. Yeah, we're going to jam. Jam again. If they block here, we'll use our trick. And then we have the Feeder, which I just can't kill much yet, but no blocks. Love it. Love it. So, totally cool using a defensive pump spell when we are opponents empty-handed. So, yeah, I agree. The set does a really good job of feeling like Magic, and I just love new stuff.
Battle cruiser operational.
That's not good for us. All right. Here's Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnought. I have this card in the pre-release. This is a 5-mana spacecraft. It does nothing until you station it. At 10 or more station, whenever you attack, it Death Stars down a creature for 100 damage. And then at 20 station, it's 20/20. So we are on the clock here because this thing can be stationed to 2 turns. Noting that this does not need to attack. Anything attacks, which is kind of rough. So we're in trouble. What?
Inconceivable!
They're going to attack and not station, which is almost psychotic, I think. Because I already have a good block lined up. And the biggest problem with the stations is that if you can't... a station like this, which is only a station and doesn't have an ETB effect or anything like that, is that it's nothing unless you can station it. Maybe they misclick. I'm just absolutely floored with this stack. It's ridiculous. I almost think I just want to trade here. I didn't want to cast a Dark Endurance. So, but holy moly. So now they've lost their crew. They could have crewed this in 2 turns. I am shocked and appalled. But great.
Do a barrel roll.
Took time to station it, boots them back and kill them on board. They're 21. Like, what do you mean? They're going to stack us so I lose 3 life. All right. I think, yeah, so this is just an early episode. You know, our opponent might be a newer player or whatever else. And thank God, because we would probably have lost this thing. So I'm a little floored, but that's great. Play the Crawler, attack for 1 million, say go. Get great blocks now, which is awesome. The Maze is kind of whatever. Yeah, the Empire strikes first. They rip Sir Vondam the Lucent. That pumps the team. Okay. They're going to attack here for sure. Yeah.
Poor predictable Bart. Always takes
They're sacking the Dawnsire. They're putting it in the shitter.
Space station. It's too big to be a space station.
I don't have a button for that because I never would have seen this happening. Okay. They're going aggressive. And unfortunately for them, this is going to work out really badly for them because we have this trick. But that was aggressive. Just chucking the Dawnsire in the garbage can. Wow, that was sick. All right. This is a 4/4 lifelinker, so we need to be aware of that, I guess. So, lifelink and death touch. It's a brutal combination, but all right, we're gonna attack for 2. We're just gonna play color and say go. What's up, Sean? How's it going, bud? What are you watching? I don't know. Death Star is a piece of junk. They just mothballed the Death Star. Like, don't even want it. They're attacking again. Sure. I mean, this only removes attackers, right? It's only attackers and only opponent controls. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, I think we're fortunate. This is an early season episode. Again, when I point out mistakes my opponent's making, I'm not making fun of them. You know, I am here to educate and and help educate and help you learn. And I think that they could have really utilized that much better. It is. So we'll sack, we'll draw transmissions. Awesome. We're going to the void.
Mostly void stuff.
We're gonna pump this thing up. We're gonna draw some cards, deal some damage, and now we're looking great. They use the maze either, so yeah, this is fine. So it is what it is. You know, I love seeing folks getting into Magic, which is really, really cool. And don't want to kill my own guy. I kind of want the artifact in play. Let's try up to 1 other target creature. Maybe just play this. Honestly, just not even gonna. I'm not gonna destroy it. I'm just gonna play it. Spend 0. Say go. If they rip a Wrath of God here, so be it. All right, they don't. All right, sweet. So, trophy in the first match.
I don't believe in a no-win scenario.
The card tuck, and you love to see it. Rocket and rolling. All right, so a really nice first run here. Block was super open. It's honestly kind of nice because that kept our first draft simple. Again, I think for your first few drafts, don't feel like you gotta read every card, you know? Don't be afraid to kind of lock in early. If something looks open, just kind of dive in. You know, we ended up being mono black. It wasn't really the plan. But, you know, it's important for the first few drafts when you're kind of learning a format. You know, try and make things a little easier on yourself if you can. And our deck ended up being great. I think we were a little short on sack fodder. We had a good amount of sacrificey things. But I felt at times we didn't have enough things to sacrifice. But there's a lot of good sack stuff in common. Good payoffs. Good enablers, Virus Beetle, the block was great in this deck. And yeah, pretty cool deck. So, episode 2 is coming up. That's episode 1, folks. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, support the content. As always here on Bronze Mythic. And we'll see you next episode.